Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, September 28th, 2024. Today is National Public Lands Day, which is a relatively new celebration that's been taking place on the fourth Saturday of September since 1994. It's not a national holiday, but for folks who love and appreciate the outdoors, it's definitely a day to celebrate. First and foremost, admission into Joshua Tree National Park is free today, saving most people $30. Weekends are typically the busiest at the park, and with free admissions today, I don't expect that to be any different. But if you're venturing into the park today and you're listening to this as you head into the West Gate entrance through Joshua Tree, you'll probably face less traffic and wait times if you just venture a little further east into 29 Palms and go through the entrance there. That entrance is also home to the park headquarters and Cultural and Visitor Center, so build in a little extra time to visit those as well as the dozens of unique locally owned businesses in 29 Palms. Public lands are much more than just our national parks. The U.S. Department of the Interior manages our national public lands, and those also include preserves, monuments, memorials, wildlife refuges, conservations, and wilderness areas. The list of our protected public lands is extensive, and we're lucky to be surrounded by so many of them here in the high des. Down the hill, you can step out of the terracotta tans and pale pinks of the high desert and into the deep greens and dark browns of the pine forests that make up the San Jacinto Wilderness. The Sand to Snow National Monument contains the Big Morongo Canyon Preserve, a rich riparian habitat that can frequently feel cooler than the temps up the hill. And right here in the basin, we have thousands of acres of BLM land that is free and open to recreate on, from the ragged edges of Sunfair Dry Lake, where you can freely camp just minutes from town and the national park, out to the OHV areas north of us. Off-roading was born in Southern California, and Johnson Valley has a rich history of early air-cooled dune buggies like the Myers Manx, testing their limits and throwing up rooster tails in the varied terrain. Using these public lands is a privilege we should all take advantage of, but recreation is really only half of the responsibility. So if you're out there in the wilderness and see some trash or other signs of human activity, do your part and remove it. It feels good, and it's a small action that can have positive impacts for everybody. For the list of all of Southern California's public lands, as well as some links to some other local alternatives to our busier public lands, see this story on our website at z1077fm.com. Kick off the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's Tortoise Week with some local events here in the first week of October. Learn about the desert tortoise through digital slideshows, interactive games and questions, and displayed tortoise shells at all 4 visitor centers in Joshua Tree National Park. You can also visit a foster tortoise, Miss Piggy, on site at the Joshua Tree Visitor Center. It starts on October 1st and goes to October 6th. You can visit the Tortoise Day activities at the Joshua Tree Visitor Center in Joshua Tree and 29 Palms, the Cottonwood Visitor Center off Interstate 10, and the Black Rock Nature Center up in Yucca Valley. You can see this story for a link to all the Tortoise Day events around the desert at z1077fm.com. Miltree is excited to present a collaborative concert featuring the participants of their singer-songer workshops and their talented leaders. This event, as celebrated by reporter Hillary Sloan, is a testament to the talent and generosity of this group of performers and serves as a platform to showcase the students' hard work and dedication.
This songwriter workshop, hosted by Miltree, a non-profit connecting veterans and civilians, was led by Tim Easton, Ted Quinn, and Louise Goffin. Tim Easton is an American guitarist and singer-songwriter. Ted Quinn is a musician, record producer, radio personality, and actor. Louise Goffin, a singer-songwriter, also comes from rock and roll royalty. Her father is Jerry Goffin and her mother is Carole King. This concert will focus on the students performing original works created with talented mentors. The concert is on September 29th in Mobile Hall at the Joshua Tree Retreat Center, 59700 29 Palms Highway. Doors open at 5:30 and the performance starts at 6. The donation price is $10. For tickets, go to tinyurl.com/Miltree Concert. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and one local organization is hosting a fundraising event to advocate for the widespread issue. Here's reporter Adeline J. Wells with more info.
Morongo Basin Unity Home is hosting a fundraiser in support of their services for victims of domestic violence. Held on Saturday, October 12th, the Wild West Showdown event will feature a live band, a barbecue dinner by Famous Dave's, a silent auction, and Unity Home's dessert auction. A candlelight vigil will also be held to honor victims who have lost their lives. Morongo Basin Unity Home is a local organization dedicated to providing a safe haven for victims of domestic violence. They offer a 30-day emergency shelter, have resources to assist individuals through counseling and legal advocacy, and offer courses on topics such as parenting and empowerment. The fundraiser on October 12th will begin at 6 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Tickets are $45 each, $80 per couple, or $400 for a table of 10. They can be purchased online or at the Unity Home offices, 7237 Joshua Lane in Yucca Valley. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
And there's going to be an aircraft display at the 29 Palms Airport this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Everyone is invited out to the airport at 78569 29 Palms Highway. Park in the front outside gate and come through the walk-in. Bring your kids and cameras. The event is free and open to everybody. That's this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 at the 29 Palms Airport. And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 News Team, I'm Robert Hayden.